If we're gonna play the comparison game, I kind of want to go back to, because last we spoke, we did Spirited Away, we did Ponyo. Now we're on Princess Mononoke. Like, how do you compare? Like, I don't want to say the big three, but almost the big three. Obviously, Totoro's in the conversation there.
Absolutely.
But like, how do you compare the soundtrack of Mononoke to Spirited Away and Ponyo?
That is a great question. Well, Ponyo is a lot more, it's a lot more of a wholesome movie, and you can tell along with the mix, the soundtrack, everything is in general way softer. Spirited Away, I feel like there's a lot more attempts at different things, because there's a lot. Spirited Away is a thing of its own, whether it's Ghibli or not. It's a unique piece of art, and you can tell along with the soundtrack as well. There's nothing like it to me. And when it comes to Princess Mononoke, you can tell the Western influence a bit more. That's what separates the three a bit more, in my opinion.
Right. There is more Western there. Like, it's hard to ignore.
Absolutely,
it's hard to ignore.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No,
I think it's a
that's
good
just what
thing,
it is.
actually. Yeah, because you can identify both really well off of that.
Absolutely. And there's also like the whole thing where I feel like we have a slower tempo, or what feels like a slower tempo, in Princess Mononoke, and because this film it's a slow build, and then it's a big moment, and then it's another slow build, and then it's another big moment.
Absolutely.
Without trying to spoil too much, because I'm just trying to say in the soundtrack here. And I find that slow tempo, or like the concept of halftime, really lends itself well to that. What would you say about the whole like suspended resolutions and slow tempo of Hisayashi's score here? Like, how does that sit with you? Does that make sense? Could it be
Absolutely.
done differently?
Well, you can tell with suspended chords. Usually, you hear them when it sounds like you're floating. It's a bit weird to say, but it's like if I said, to put it very simple, minor chord sounds sad, major chord sounds happy, suspended chord sounds like floaty, and it's something you're gonna hear in every single Ghibli movies, but you're gonna hear it more in Ponyo, a lot more in Ponyo. You're still gonna hear it in Princess Mononoke, still gonna hear it in Spirited Away, still gonna hear it in Totoro, but when it comes to Princess Mononoke, for example, if I'm looking at the soundtrack, World of the Dead, you're not gonna hear that in Ponyo, right?
No, you World of the Dead is not no.
But it's a great song nonetheless.
It's honestly, World of the Dead is I feel like it would be the service to not like talk about specific tracks here.
Okay.
You're
right.
But like, give me your. I feel like, yes, World of the Dead. Tell me about it.
It's very unique. The first or the second.
Either or, right?
Well, it feels. It's very dark. There's a lot of diminished chords. It's a lot more darker compared to something you hear in Ponyo. That's my main point. And I feel like that's a huge service for the movie to have those kind of elements. Because, as I said earlier, there's a lot more brutality in that movie that you're not going to have in a typical Ghibli movie. So to have that really adds to it in a good way.